Then he turned the light off. That is my associate. Then after he turned the light off, I went to the back. I went behind the victim and I held him from behind him. I choked him, and then I held him to around a minute. And I was feeling tired already, but he was still alive. But I was feeling tired, so I told my associate, that is the victim's friend, to hold him, to continue the choking, to hold him. So when he did, and the guy, we noticed that the guy is quiet already, which.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ìkànnì Yorùbá Broadcasting Network YBN. Mo sì tún kí wa pé ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò wa ètò yín ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń lọ. Gẹ́gẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe mọ̀ wípé àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń lọ àti àjá àbálẹ̀ ìròyìn òun náà la máa mú wá sí etí ìgbọ̀nyín lórí ìkànnì yìí. Títílayọ̀ Àgbọ̀ọ́lá lórúkọ mi. Àwọn afurasí ọ̀dọ́kùnrin méjì ẹni tí orúkọ wọn jẹ́ Elijah Emmanuel ẹni ọdún 23 years àti Tony Ogenata ẹni ọdún 21 years ni wọ́n ti ṣàlàyé bí wọ́n ṣe ṣekú pa arákùnrin ọ̀rẹ́ wọn Thompson Adams ẹni ọdún 17 years fún owó ìdóòlà tó tó mílíọ̀nù 150 náírà 150 million naira nípínlẹ̀ Èkó. Ọ̀kan lára àwọn afurasí náà ṣàlàyé wípé arákùnrin tí àwọn ṣekú pa náà ló jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ òun tipẹ́tipẹ́ tí òun sì lẹ̀dí àpò pọ̀ pẹ̀lú ọ̀rẹ́ òun láti jí gbé ní èrò láti gba owó gọbọi lọ́wọ́ àwọn òbí olóògbé náà. Ó ní àwọn lo ọgbọ́n àlùmọ̀kọ́rọ́ láti tan ọmọkùnrin náà wá sí ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn. Wọ́n ní nígbà tí arákùnrin náà dé, àwọn fi ṣẹ́kẹ́ṣẹkẹ̀ so ọwọ́ rẹ̀ papọ̀ mọ́ ẹsẹ̀ rẹ̀ tí àwọn sì ya fọ́nrán àkálẹ̀ rẹ̀ láti fi ṣọwọ́ sí àwọn òbí rẹ̀. Ó ní lẹ́yìn ìgbà náà ni àwọn ṣekú pa arákùnrin náà tí àwọn sì gbé ẹ̀yà ara rẹ̀ yòókù sínú Ghana must go tí àwọn sì lọ gbé sọnù sí inú igbó kan. Lẹ́yìn ìgbà náà ni wọ́n pe àwọn òbí olóògbé náà tí wọ́n sì gba owó tó tó ẹgbẹ̀rún 200 náírà lọ́wọ́ wọn, ìyẹn 200,000 naira, kó tó di wípé ọwọ́ padà tẹ àwọn. Ní báyìí ẹ jẹ́ kí a lọ wò fọ́nrán náà ká gbọ́ ohun tí wọ́n sọ lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́.
The victim, which is my associate's old-time school friend, they were, as we wanted to bring the guy to my own apartment, so we tried to convince him. And the guy, the first time we attempted to bring him, we sent him transport to come, and then he said he was coming on the. We actually wanted to kidnap him, have him kidnapped and demand ransom from his parents. And then my friend.
Whose idea was that? Your idea or his idea?
It was his idea. Why it was his idea was, if I had someone to bring, I will. But the guy the victim was his own idea because they were the one that knew each other from past. So he told me, he said the family is from the guy is from a very rich family that they can bring up to 200 million naira. Which I said, okay, if you think 200 million is sure, which I said 200 million is a bit much, but how about if you are very sure of 200 million? How about we cut it down to 150? He said, okay, but that's no problem. So then we tried to bring the guy again. This time we said the guy should come and pick up a laptop to use and do work and all that, because I'm a producer, and we said we should come and pick up a laptop he can be using, which was all a lie. We never had a laptop we were willing to give him. We just wanted to lure him to come. So before he came, we went out to buy a Ghana must go, a big Ghana must go, and we bought chains and padlocks. So when the guy was coming, we already had a cutlass in the house, and my associate, which is the victim's friend, his own weapon was a stick that he had nails nailed on to it. So when
So you all planned to kill him?
Yes, we both did. But at first the intention wasn't to kill him, but I will say everything how we led to killing him. So when the victim came to the house, my associate, being his old-time friend, welcomed him, and they talked about how they used to be together in army cantonment together. So while they were talking, myself and my associate, we were chatting on WhatsApp, talking about how we would make everything go right that day. So myself and my associate agreed that I should go inside, and our music was playing. We were playing music, loud music that day. So myself and my associate agreed that I go inside and bring out our weapons, which mine was a cutlass and his was a stick that had nails on it. So when I came out, my own job that day was to, say words to scare the victim and, put fear in his body, to inject fear in his body. At first, we were both scared and panicking too, but then when we noticed that we were successfully injecting fear to the victim's body, we became like more in control. And then I started saying words like, there's a way you behave and act that you leave this place successfully, and there's also a way you act and you never leave this place. We were. And then when I told him, I told the victim to sit on the ground, and which he did. And then his old-time friend, being my associate, told him to sit down. Then I told my associate, which was his own job, put the chain to his leg and put the padlocks and everything. So when we had him chained to the ground, we made videos and took pictures of him, which was intended to send to his family. And then when we made the whole video, my associate called me inside the room, and he told me, he said, Tony, we have all the videos and the pictures we need now, but as I mentioned, this guy is a friend of mine from long years back, and he knows me, he knows my auntie, he knows everything about me, he knows my family, which if we let him go, he will definitely bring his people to and that will leave a trace to him, and if they have a trace to him, will also implicate myself, Anthony. So he said we should silence him, which means we should kill him, that we should not let him go. So now when we've said, oh, okay, that's thoughtful, and then he said we should go and kill him. Then we both went inside, then he turned the light off. That is my associate. Then after he turned the light off, I went to the back, I went behind the victim, and I held him from behind him. I choked him, and then I held him to around a minute, and I was feeling tired already, but he was still alive, but I was feeling tired. So I told my associate, that is the victim's friend, to hold him, to continue the choking, to hold him. So when he did, and the guy, we noticed that the guy is quiet already, which he was confirmed dead. So we had rope, which we used to tie the victim, because he was too heavy, because he's not someone we can just lift and dispose. So we decided to tie him and put in the Ghana must go bag we bought earlier.
So how were you able to put him in the Ghana must go bag?
Yeah, we had him tied, like we fold him and tied him so that it will fit in the bag. So when we successfully put him in, it wasn't easy putting him in the bag, but we did, because we were two, so we were able to put him in the bag and zip him. And then when we did that, we planned on, we thought of a few places we can go dispose him, which we said, we are not very familiar with this place. If we go there, we don't know, maybe we might meet securities or people like that. So we said we should go to a more familiar road that we already know. So when we agreed on a place that we are more familiar with, so myself and my associate, we lifted the bag and placed it on my associate head, and then he lifted the bag and took it outside our compound. That is the entrance. We had no gate, so he took it outside. That was around, I'm not very sure of the time, but I'll say with the way the weather is, I'll say.
Who is this associate?
This is
okay, great.
So when he placed the bag on his head and brought it out, so my associate said it wouldn't be okay if we went with just this bag. How about we go with like our working tools, which is my microphone and headset and maybe just backpacks, because I do music production. So he said if we had those things carried along, to people it will look like we are going for a regular outside job. So which we did. And then when he placed the bag containing the victim and also our studio working tools, he told me to wait there while he went to bring bikemen to come pick up the Ghana must go and the rest things. So when he went out there and he brought 2 bikes, and then we both lifted the bag containing the victim. We lifted the bag and placed the bag on the bike, making sure that it doesn't touch the bike man's back. So as we placed the bag on the bike, we left a space in between the bag and the bike man, so I could sit in between the bag and the bike man, so I can just try controlling the bag while he drove off. So when he was riding the bike off himself, that is my associate, he took his own bag, and which were containing just clothes and were not really anything, and my microphone stand, and so making it look like we're going for an outside job. Then we got to the place where we wanted to dispose him. We looked around, making sure nobody was coming and that no other bikes were coming, because my place where I rented an apartment is a remote area, it's like an outskirts. So when we got there and we watched carefully, making sure nobody was coming, when there was nobody, we dragged the bag into the bush and unzipped it and poured out the victim there. So the next day,
at that time, you could confirm that he was dead. And which location did you dispose him of? What time?
I'm not sure of the time. But I should say around 8, 9, 10 p.m. So when we disposed them, we poured them out of the bag, and then we took the sack and put it inside one of the bags we were carrying, and we returned it back home. So the next morning, I called my dad and said I was coming to his place, and I told my dad to send me 15,000 naira for transport that both of us can get there, because his family and my family, they lived in the same area, because we were born and raised in the same area, so our families are not far from each other. So we went back home. So we
Hold on. How about the money, the ransom?
I'm getting there. So after he told us, because he assured me that this family is a very rich family and they could provide up to 200 million, which I said that is a long money, but if you are very sure, how about we cut it to 150? So when we got to Ikorodu, being our family's place, I called the victim's family with the victim's number, and then I told them I was driving, because that night they were calling the victim, like trying to ask him where he was and all that. So but I didn't pick. But when I called, I told them I didn't pick because I was driving to Bayelsa. I told them I was driving to Bayelsa, which was all a lie. And then when I told the person I was driving to Bayelsa, then I demanded the ransom of 150 million, which my associate told me they were able to provide. That was when the victim's mother picked the call. So she begged us and was like, okay, how about she brings 50 million? So immediately she said, how about she brings 50 million? My associate ended the call and told me, and he said, didn't I tell you this family is so rich? I told you they were so rich and they could provide this money. But why she said 50 was because maybe she doesn't want to go far at first. She just wants to, maybe pricing and all that. So I said, okay. He said let's not worry. Then I called again, but this time was the victim's sister, telling us that our mother only made mention of that 50 million out of fear, that when someone asks you for 150, that how can you possibly say you don't have it, or you want to say you have one out of 150. So she then told me that even her mom now, the fear and the panicking has made them take her to the hospital. So the girl herself was not like, okay, how about she herself provide 5 million naira, which I told my associate, and then my associate told me, he said no, that they are just trying to play games with us. And I said, are you sure about this? Then I started seeing myself, I started seeing signs that this family aren't really rich as he claimed. So as they said, she said 5 million naira. I said, oh, okay. At first we kicked out that now we don't do that. That even if she was going to do the 5 million naira, it was nothing to us. That so then I called her and I generated this account that they were accounts that to receive money. They are the kinds of accounts that when you want to use them to receive money, you have 15 minutes time frame to send money to it. If you don't, within that 15-minute time frame, the account will be shut down. So I sent them the first account and she said, oh, okay, she cannot send the 5 million and that she doesn't have it. So the account got shut down. Then she said she will bring 3. My associate said these people are just trying to play games with us. That I said, but at least with that 3, if we even add 1.5 to each other, I can still use 1.5 to open a hairdressing shop for my sister, because she's a hairdresser. She learned hairdresser, but she's working as house help from places to places. So I thought I could, with 1.5 I could open a hairdresser shop for her.
So in a short, were you able to get the money, and how much were you able to get?
Okay, to cut the whole thing short, after buying a lot of time from us, the victim's family buying a lot of times from us, she then agreed that okay, all she had with her, that she had spent money on her mother, which she said was in the hospital. So she then said all she had was 200,000, which I said, even the 200,000 you are sending it for me to buy fuel to come all the way from Bayelsa back to Lagos. So she said okay, she will send it 200,000. And this time I was unable to get another account that that type of account that dies in 15 minutes. But this time I picked the phone and called my associate, my friend, that okay, they said they want to send 200,000, but he didn't pick because the phone didn't go through. So I thought, since she wanted to send the money now, I wouldn't let that be a delay, because I wanted to call him so we can go together in search of POS to receive the money. So he didn't pick, so I thought I should go alone. So when I went out alone to Itamaga bus stop to get the is it okay that I mention names of places? Okay, so when I got to the bus stop and I got the POS, and the victim's family already told me that the 200k she's sending, she can only send to an OP account, which I said okay. And I got to the POS. I asked her, do you have OP account? She said yes. I said, can I get 100,000 naira cash from you? She said sure. Okay, I gave the victim's family the account number, and they sent the first 100. So I then asked the POS lady again, how about, can I still get another 100? She said yeah, sure. Then I told the victim to send another 100 to that particular account, which she did. So when she sent the other 100, I got home and I picked the phone to call my friend to tell him that they've sent 200. But when I called, his phone still didn't go through. That was the night I think he got caught, or maybe all the time I was calling, maybe he was already caught. So as I was at home I was just around the corner pressing my phone, and then I saw this jeep coming to. So at first I wondered. I said, all my life here I've not seen this kind of jeep come this place. But then I felt like.
So you were arrested there?
Yes, then they come outside and they pretended to ask for directions from me, not knowing that they wanted to catch me. So when they caught me, they brought me to my apartment and they shot my leg, and then then a lot of people ask me. They say that I've met a few people around, maybe in the station, and then a few people that come around telling me that I don't talk remorsefully about, like, I don't feel sad about it. Yes, I feel so sad about it, but the truth is, there are times when you feel like you don't deserve mercy and you don't even deserve pardon from people.
I mean, what's next for you now? Because clearly you seem to be very educated. How would you go into this kind of crime? I mean,
okay.
What were your plans really for?
Okay.
150 million. Let's say that actually happened.
Okay.
In just a minute.
Okay. Let's. When I got home, I told my dad. I told my dad. My dad is a very old man. I told him that because my dad he sells firewood, he breaks wood and sells, and his own mom, she sells fufu. So we were like, I told my dad, I said I wanted to build him a house in Delta State, and that my mom, I wanted her to, and my sister, I wanted her to stop working as a house help everywhere. And my elder brother too is working at, we are from a very poor family. So
are you the last one? Are you the first?
Yes, I'm the last born.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
Okay.
So what the first thing that brought the whole thinking was, at least I will build a house for my dad, and he will stop cutting wood and sell, and we can maybe I'll have my sister our hairdressing shop. And
how do you feel about all this now? Because it looks like what next for you? What did for you?
I feel so sad about it, but I believe God should forgive us. God should forgive us because we've killed. So I believe God should forgive us. I wish the money came, the 150,000. My mom is very poor. She always fufu. So I should open a business, and me also I should go to school because I stopped my school at SS2. So so I should go back to school and start living my own life.
What do you guys want the government to do right now? Because this is not a very small case.
Please, they should forgive us.
This is a very big case.
They should forgive us. And if they can get me a work if they can put me in any work that I should be doing to him, this will change, I'll be appreciated. I'm 23 years old. Yes.
Thank you so much. All the best, and I wish you guys all the best. All right.
Majority of these got to size Barretta pistol locally fabricated. These ones are locally fabricated, and they are not English one. And they are gotten from most of these small boys and armed robbery. You see, the cutlasses there are two. Was recovered from some of them inside the vehicle. And you can imagine the cowboys, the charms, and this day gun, see cutlasses. This is equally part of the exhibit of the glue that was recovered as well after a report. So far so good. I want to believe we are still on course. We will try as much as possible to ensure that we are not, it's not about arrest and prosecute, but it's about arrest and getting to the root of the matters. So with time, we are still there. We have majority of them as our suspects, and we ensure that by the time this was out of circulation, we have lesser problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ajìjàǹgbara fún ẹ̀tọ́ ọmọnìyàn lórílẹ̀‐èdè wa Nàìjíríà Àrẹ̀sìn Gramishu ti sọ di mímọ̀ wípé òṣìṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá kan ẹni tí orúkọ rẹ̀ ń jẹ́ Usman Nuhu òun náà ló lọ sí pápákọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn ènìyàn méjì kan láti lọ fọwọ́ òfin gbé olóògbé Mẹ́nẹ̀ Ògìdè ẹni tí àwọn agbèrò inú pápákọ̀ náà ti rọ́wọ́ tó tẹ́lẹ̀. Bákan náà ni ó ṣàlàyé wípé fọ́nrán náà ṣàfihàn wípé àwọn ènìyàn méjì tí orúkọ wọn ń jẹ́ Godwin àti Efe tí wọ́n jẹ́ ará ìlú tí wọ́n kàn wọ aṣọ tó jọ ti ọlọ́pàá náà ni wọ́n péjú pésẹ̀ síbi ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ náà. Ajìjàǹgbara náà wá sọ di mímọ̀ wípé àwọn wo gan ni wọ́n fọwọ́ òfin gbé pẹ̀lú òṣìṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá Usman nítorí wípé ọ̀rọ̀ náà ti fẹ́ máa jọgá tó ti fẹ́ máa jọgà tí ó ti fẹ́ máa lọ́wọ́ nínú. Ó ṣàfikún wípé níṣe ni àwọn kan tún dúnkòkò mọ́ òun tí àwọn ènìyàn kan sì tún kìlọ̀ fóun wípé ṣó mọ̀ wípé ó ní ẹjọ́ kan eléyìí tó yanjú lọ́wọ́ ní iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá. Ní báyìí ẹ jẹ́ kí a lọ wo fọ́nrán náà.
Usman Nuhu left with Siana with 2 people to the park to pick up Ogenemine that the Agboru or the park people are arrested. All right. Now, those 2 people with Usman in this video, they are not police officers. They are not police officers. These 2 people, they are civilians like me and you. They are civilians and not police officers. So, the area commander, Shaba, and his team, they always give police polo to civilians. If you watch in front of this guy, Efe now the guy where they help Usman, they arrange the magazine. Not be police officer for anywhere for Nigeria. Efe and Godwin, now 2 of them follow Usman, come the park. So they are together in this. They are not police officers. So now, which other teammate they say they arrest with Usman? Because those teammates not follow Usman commit this offense, so they not follow them commit this offense. Those teammates were not on duty. It was on Sunday. Now Usman and these 2 civilians, Efe and Godwin, now they go carry Ogenemine for park. When Usman won't shoot, this magazine get issue. Now the civilian Efe, now he help Usman, they arrange the magazine. They are not police officers. So when they arrest Usman, they only invited Usman teammates, because for the team, for the area command, Usman now be the team leader. He's an ASP, now the team leader. He gets some inspectors where they follow him. They work for back. Now, those people they follow Usman, they work. They were invited. So when time come, they will exonerate them because they were not on duty. They did not attend. They did not buy Ogenemine together. Reason why their names were not mentioned. She say our IG carefully not mention their name, but he say other officers will be dismissed. They not get case. The Efe and Godwin, where then they? Where are they? They are to get 3 of them now then commit this crime. Where is Efe and Godwin? Worry people now people for that side. Make una fish them out. Efe and Godwin now to them follow Usman, go buy Ogenemine. They should provide them. They should provide them and stop lying to us. If you want to give us justice, do it in a truthful way. Do and make people they see them. Not be corner. Why? Why? Now human being ain't die. Not be crayfish. You people kill somebody in broad daylight. The word Siam. Try to hide it, we brought it out. So why will you be hide? Make una arrest the 2 people. Make una bring them come join Usman. They want to quickly push up Usman so that they go tell us say there are police irregularities, both from the area commander, will be ACP Shaba, because he is the area commander. Those boys, they are using them to work. Civilians, they are civilians. They are using them to work. And they beg the NBA, and they beg National Assembly, I beg, make una dey strong puma for this matter. This matter, bless now go end all these bad things that they do, where they kill people. Now go stop them. I beg the Nigerians, everybody, make una pull out. I may not be out there anymore to say it. They don't begin to try to say cut fire no matter what. Omo, I spent 4 years in the prison, Nigerian prison. I spent 4 years, man. 4 years now I spent. I chop out for kiri for waiting nothing.
Ìgbìmọ̀ aláṣẹ ìjọba àpapọ̀ Federal Executive Council FEC ti buwọ́lu iṣẹ́ àkànṣe àtúnkọ́ ojú òpópónà oní kìlómítà 909 19.9 kìlómítà láti ìlú Òṣogbo sílùú Ìbàdàn lónìí ọjọ́ kìíní oṣù karùn-ún ọdún 2026. Iṣẹ́ àkànṣe ojú òpópónà yìí náà ló jẹ́ apá kan nínú mímú ètò ìkọ́légbòòrò lábẹ́ ìṣàkóso ààrẹ Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu, èyí tí iye owó rẹ̀ tó bílíọ̀nù 114 náírà 114 billion naira ní èrò láti mú kí ìrìn àjò ojú pópó lọ gerege àti láti mú kí ètò ọrọ̀ ajé láàrin àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ méjèèjì gbòòrò àti láti ṣàtìlẹ́yìn fún ìdàgbàsókè ètò ọrọ̀ ajé nígun náà. Bákan náà, ìjọba tún buwọ́ lu ọ̀pọ̀ àwọn iṣẹ́ àkànṣe òpópónà mìíràn bíi ojú òpópónà ìlú Òṣogbo sí Bọ̀gà, èyí tó jẹ́ 59.2 kìlómítà nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun fún owó tó tó bílíọ̀nù 121 kan náírà 101 billion naira, pẹ̀lú ojú òpópónà Ìbàdàn sí Ìjẹ̀bú-Òde, èyí tó tó 56 kìlómítà láàrin ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ sí ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn, èyí tí iye owó rẹ̀ tó bílíọ̀nù 295 náírà 295 billion naira. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni ìjọba tún buwọ́ lu iṣẹ́ àkànṣe àtúnkọ́ afárá Kátà nípínlẹ̀ Èkó pẹ̀lú owó tó lé ní bílíọ̀nù 500 náírà 548.98 billion naira, pẹ̀lú ojú òpópónà márosẹ̀ Sokoto sí Badagry, èyí tó tó 360 kìlómítà, èyí tí iye owó rẹ̀ tó tírílíọ̀nù kan lé ní 89 náírà 1.79 trillion naira, ní èrò láti mú kí ètò ọrọ̀ ajé àti ìrìn àjò gbòòrò lápá igun àríwá àti igun gúúsù orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Ẹgbẹ́ àwọn olórí ìbílẹ̀ nípínlẹ̀ Èkìtì ni wọ́n ti ṣàbẹ̀wò sí iṣẹ́ àkànṣe Ọ̀jájá mini park nílùú Àkúrẹ́, eléyìí tí wọ́n kọ́ lọ́wọ́ lójú òpópónà Àdó sí Ìwòròkó àti Ọ̀jájá smart city lójú ọ̀nà airport sí Èkìtì ring road. Àwọn iṣẹ́ àkànṣe méjèèjì yìí náà ló jẹ́ ti Ọọ̀ni Ilé-Ifẹ̀ Ọba Adéyẹyè Ògúnwùsì Ẹnìtàn. Bákan náà ni àwọn olórí ìbílẹ̀ náà fi ọkàn ìdùnnú wọn ràn lórí àṣeyọrí iṣẹ́ àkànṣe náà, ní èrò láti pèsè iṣẹ́ àti láti mú ètò ọrọ̀ ajé gbòòrò nípínlẹ̀ Èkìtì. Ní báyìí, ẹ jẹ́ kí a lọ wò fọ́nrán náà.
Ọ̀jájá supermarket, Ọ̀jájá mall la máa ń pè é, ó máa wà ńbẹ̀. Ibi táwọn ọmọdé ti máa ṣeré wájú ó máa wà ńbẹ̀. Lounge, ibi ìgbafẹ́ fún àwọn ọ̀dọ́ àgbàlagbà náà tó bá láìkè weekend kan jókòó kan ṣe fàájì, ó máa wà ńbẹ̀. Then gym for our health, ó máa wà ńbẹ̀. Salon máa wà ńbẹ̀.
Olúwa, a ń fẹ́ nǹkan pàtàkì, pàṣẹ fẹ́ nǹkan pàtàkì, ó wá ṣe wá lóore pàtàkì.
Tó bá jẹ́ ìgbà àkọ́kọ́ tẹ̀yin ń gbọ́ wa rèé, ẹ fún wa ní ìkàmúgbádùn ẹ bá wa fi ọ̀rọ̀ sí abala àríwísí wa, kí ẹ sì bá wa subscribe sórí ìkànnì yìí Yorùbá Broadcasting Network YBN. Ẹ sì má gbàgbé láti darapọ̀ mọ́ wa ní àṣálẹ́ fún àkójọpọ̀ ìròyìn àpapọ̀ ilé wa. Títílayọ̀ Àgbọ̀ọ́lá lórúkọ mi, ẹ ṣé tẹ́ ń gbọ́ wa.
Yorùbá.
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 Broadcasting.
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 Broadcasting
Network.
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 Níbi tí wọ́n ti ń gbé tó àtàtà sáfẹ́fẹ́.
Kí ẹ máa wo ọgbọ́n ìmọ̀ àtòyé.
Ẹ má yí kúrò níbẹ̀ o.
ó pọ̀ jù.
Ilé-iṣẹ́ tó ṣe pàtàkì.
Ó dùn jù.
Yorùbá Broadcasting Network fún ìgbèdéde àṣà Yorùbá.